always be anything but normal. And as she's in her 50s, she's not old yet, although try telling that to a 19-year-old. In any case, aging is nothing to be ashamed of, especially when the entire human race is in it together. Although sometimes it seems that she alone among her friends wants to celebrate getting older, because it's such a privilege to not die prematurely, she tells them. As the night draws in around her kitchen table in her cosy terraced house in Brixton, as they get stuck into the dishes each one has brought, chickpea stew, jerk chicken, Greek salad, lentil curry, roasted vegetables, Moroccan lamb, saffron rice, beetroot and kale salad, jollof quinoa, and gluten-free pasta for the really irritating fusspots, as they pour themselves glasses of wine, vodka, fewer calories, or something more liver-friendly if under doctor's orders. She expects them to approve of her bucking the trend of middle-age moaning. Instead, she gets bemused smiles. And what about arthritic flare-ups, memory loss, and hot sweats? Amma passes the young busker. She smiles with encouragement at the girl who responds in kind. She fishes out a few coins, places them in the violin case. She isn't ready to forgo cigarettes, so leans on the riverside wall and lights one, hates herself for it. The adverts told her generation it would make them appear grown-up, glamorous, powerful, clever, desirable, and above all, cool. No one told them it would actually make them dead. She looks out at the river as she feels the warm smoke travel down her esophagus, soothing her nerves while trying to combat the adrenaline rush of the caffeine. 40 years of first nights, and she's still bricking it. What if she's slated by the critics, dismissed with the consensus of one-star reviews? What was the great national thinking allowing this rubbishy imposter into the building? Of course she knows she's not an imposter. She's written 15 plays, directed over 40, and as a critic once wrote, Amma Bonzu is a safe pair of hands who's known to pull off risks. What if the preview audience who gave standing ovations were just being kind? Oh, shut up, Amma. You're a veteran battle axe, remember? Look, she's got a fantastic cast. 6 older actresses, seen it all vets, 6 mid-careerists, survivors so far, and 3 fresh faces, naive hopefuls, one of whom, the talented Simone, will wander in bleary-eyed to rehearsals, having forgotten to unplug the iron, turn off the stove, or close her bedroom window, and will waste precious rehearsal time phoning her flatmates in a panic. A couple of months ago, she would have sold her grandmother into slavery to get this job. Now she's a spoilt little prima donna who ordered her director to pop out and fetch her a caramel latte a couple of weeks ago when it was just the 2 of them in a rehearsal room. I'm so exhausted, Simone whinged, implying it was all Amma's fault for making her work so hard. Needless to say, she dealt with little Miss Simone Stevenson in the moment. Little Miss Stevenson, who thinks that because she's landed at the National straight out of drama school, she's one step away from conquering Hollywood. She'll find out, soon enough. At times like these, Amma misses Dominique, who long ago absconded to America. They should be sharing her breakthrough career moment together. They met in the 80s at an audition for a feature film set in a women's prison. What else? Both were disillusioned at being put up for parts such as slave, servant, prostitute, nanny, or crim, and still not getting the job. They railed against their lot in a grotty Soho cafe while devouring fried egg and bacon slathered between 2 slabs of soggy white bread, washed down with builder's tea alongside the sex workers who plied their trade on the streets outside. Long before Soho became a trendy gay colony. Look at me, Dominique said, and Amma did. There was nothing subservient, maternal, or criminal about her. She was uber cool, totally gorgeous, taller than most women, thinner than most women, with cut glass cheekbones and smoky eyes, with thick black lashes that literally cast a shadow on her face. She wore leathers, kept her hair short except for a black fringe swept to one side, and rode about town on a battered old butcher's bike chained up outside. Can't they see I'm a living goddess? Dominique shouted with a flamboyant gesture, flicking her fringe, adopting a sultry pose as heads turned. Amma was shorter, with African hips and thighs. Perfect slave girl material, one director told her when she walked into an audition for a play about emancipation, whereupon she walked right back out again. In turn,